This meeting is being recorded.
All
This
right.
meeting is being recorded.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's deep stretch session. We are going to start standing nice and tall, and I'm going to play some music. If it's too loud, too quiet, please feel free to let me know. And then also, if my voice starts to fade, let me know. I want to make sure you all hear me. So I'm going to start standing nice and tall, and we're just going to start with some breathing to get us anchored and ready to roll. So stand tall, arms can be by your sides, and on your inhale, sweep your arms out to your sides and up over your head. And on your exhale, you can let your arms float down by your side. Take this at your own pace here, inhaling to reach and exhaling to release. As you go through your breath cycle, maybe hold the inhale at the top for a moment. Before you exhale, just get grounded here. We're going to add a little bit of a flow to this. So next time your arms are down, meet me here, arms by your sides. On your inhale, sweep your arms out to the sides and up over your head. And on your exhale, we're going to take a forward fold. Push your hips back, reach your fingertips down towards the ground, towards your toes. Then on your next inhale, you're going to take it to a halfway lift. So those hands are going to come to knee, shin, or thigh height. So your back is nice and flat. And then on your next exhale, you'll reach back down into your forward fold. And then we're going to roll on back up to our standing position and go through that flow a couple times. So arms start by your side, standing tall. Inhale, arms sweep out to the sides and up over the head. Exhale, forward fold. Reach for your toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to midway on your legs, nice flat back. Exhale, reach for those toes once again. And then slowly roll on up, one vertebrae at a time. Come to your standing position. Let's do it again. Inhale, arms reach out to the sides and up over the head. Exhale, reach towards your toes, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And slowly roll on up to standing. We have one more of these. Stand tall. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And slowly roll on up, one vertebrae at a time to standing, and we meet standing here. Find your comfortable standing position. We're going to take it to neck circles, get some mobility in through our neck. So relax your shoulders down and back and keep them relaxed down this entire time. As you guide your right ear down towards the right shoulder, it does not have to touch, just enough so you feel a stretch through the left side of the neck. Then you're going to roll your nose forward so your nose points down. You feel the stretch through the back of your neck. Continue this motion, left ear towards left shoulder, stretching through the right side of the neck. And then when we want to stretch the front side of the neck, we're going to be mindful to remove any crunching or discomfort through the back of the neck. So we do that by pushing our chin forward and up rather than tilting our head back all the way until you feel that stretch from chin down through the throat. So intentionally reaching that chin forward and then reaching it up until you get that stretch you'd like. And just continue going. Right ear, right shoulder, nose down, left ear, left shoulder, chin reaching forward and up. Make it restorative for you. You want this to feel good. We hold a lot of tension in our necks. Think when it's cold and you shrug your shoulders and you tense up your neck, or maybe you're stressed, or maybe you've been sitting for a while. So just waking this up a little bit is the goal. When you're ready, you can switch directions. So start left ear, left shoulder, nose to the floor, right ear, right shoulder, chin up. Just moving at your pace, finding where it feels good. You have the option as we go through today to make this your own. Maybe if something feels good, you hold it a little bit longer. If something doesn't feel great, maybe you release a little bit earlier. Find what's going to work for you. And when you're ready, you can come back to a neutral position, nose forward. We're going to move on to arm circles. For these, I want you to make circles as big as feels comfortable for you, reaching your hands up, back, and then down. Repeating this movement just a few times, opening up shoulders, chest, upper back, and arms. And on your next one, reach your hands behind you. If you can, clasp your fingers behind your hips. Feel free. If not, just reach those hands back, puff the chest forward, opening up through the chest and that little notch between the shoulders and the chest. And release. We're going to switch directions of our arm circles. So you're going to reach them back, forward, and up. And on your next one, wherever you're at, reach your fingertips forward. If it feels good to clasp your fingers together, you may do so. I like to push my palms facing forward so my knuckles face me. And then I'm going to push my spine back, tuck my chin to my chest, and get a stretch through the back, elongating the spine. Breathing here for just a moment. And then releasing. We're going to wake up the lower body here a little bit now with some open the gates. This is a bit of a balance challenge. So if you'd like to hold on to something for balance, that's always an option. We're going to take it to a high knee right side. So right knee is going to come up and forward in front of the hip. Right knee is then going to point right before you set that foot back down. So with the knee coming up to hip height, you're stretching through the back of the upper leg, the hamstring, the glutes. With the knee going to the right slightly, you're opening up through the hip and the glutes, and then setting it down. Just getting some mobility through the hip, getting some rotation. You choose how big this movement is. Just loosening it up a little bit before we take it further later. And go ahead and set the right foot down. We'll switch to the left side. So left knee comes forward and up in front of the hip. The left knee points left, and then drop the foot back down, regaining your stability here. Just getting some hip mobility here is the goal. Stretching through the back of the leg. Getting a little bit of work through the glutes. And when you're ready, go ahead and set both feet flat down to the floor. We're going to do some shoulder circles from here. So shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, push them back behind you to open up through the chest, let them drop down heavy, and then send them forward. Repeat in that circular motion. This is another place that we hold our stress, hold our tension. Just letting it release. And switch directions, up, forward, down, and back. And go ahead and release. If there's anything else you want to shake out or get moving, feel free. I'm just going to kick out my legs, shake out my arms a little bit, and we're going to get into our first flow, which will be standing. Today, as we progress, we'll work our way down to the floor. So I'm going to get a quick drink of water if you'd like one as well. Now's a great time. And we're going to start in mountain pose, standing nice and tall. So stand nice and tall, arms by your sides. You can have your fingertips reaching down, have your palms face forward, and just breathe here. So when you breathe, I want you to breathe in through the nose, pause for a moment at the top of the breath, and then exhale through the mouth. Just grounding, push through all corners of your feet, roll your shoulders down and back, lift through the crown of your head, be nice and tall. When you're ready, take your right foot and step it backward. You choose how far back. You also choose if your right toes are on the ground or if your right foot comes to a flat foot. I want your right leg straight and maybe have a soft bend through the left knee. So it's similar to a lunge, but the right leg, the back leg is straight. From here, you can have your hands on your hips, or if it feels good, go ahead and reach your arms up to the ceiling. Palms face each other, fingertips reach up. And from here, I want you to push your hips forward to feel a nice stretch through the front of the right hip and a stretch through the back of the right calf. The further you push that right heel down towards the ground, the more of a stretch through the calf you'll feel. Breathe here. Maybe you play with the size of the bend in the left knee and notice how that changes the stretch through the right side of the body. And when you're ready, step that right foot back so that your feet are hip width apart, toes forward. Let your arms come down to your sides. We're going to take it into a forward fold. In your forward fold, I want you to reach the right hand towards the outside of the left ankle, getting a little bit of an extra twist, feeling that stretch deepen through the outside of the right leg with us a little off center here. Option to reach the left hand towards the ceiling, opening the chest to the left, pointing the nose to the left, in our forward fold twist. Breathe here. Some options to play with. If it feels better to have your left arm rested, you can rest the back of your hand on your lower back. Helps keep that shoulder still open, that chest open, but allows the arm to rest. You can also take soft bends and extends with the right knee, keeping the foot flat, just changing the stretch a little bit through the right leg. And when you're ready, you can slowly float on back up to standing. We're going to take a wide stance here. So I want you to step your feet wider than hip width apart. You can choose how wide feels good for you. And we're going to bend our knees, sink our hips back into a wide squat position. You have the option to rest your hands on your thighs, or you have the option to reach further, and elbows can push out on the thighs. So right elbow pushes to the inside of the right thigh, left elbow pushes to the inside of the left thigh, and you can put your hands in a prayer. I'm going to choose to just rest my hands on my thighs here. And then in this kind of squat position, I want you to dip the right shoulder down, open the left shoulder towards the ceiling, and chest faces left, nose points left. You'll feel a nice stretch through the inside of the right thigh, a twist through the core and the spine, and some engagement as we are low with our knees bent. Breathe here. And when you're ready, you can come back through center, keep your feet wide, and just take it to a wide-legged forward fold. So you can straighten your legs, both hands reach towards the ground, in between the feet, or maybe a little bit ahead of the feet. Feel and embrace the stretch through the backs of the legs, elongating through the spine, relax the shoulders. Breathe here. An option here, if you'd like to take it, keeping your feet flat, slightly bending the knees and then extending them again to change the stretch through the backs of the legs. You also have the option to keep either a soft bend or keep the legs straight. Whatever is going to work best for you works best for me. And when you're ready, slowly roll one vertebrae at a time all the way up to your standing position. We're going to take it to the top of that flow, this time focusing on moving through the left side of the body. So stand nice and tall, find your mountain pose, push through all corners of the feet, arms down by your sides, fingertips reach down, palms face forward, outside the hips. Elongate yourself, think nice and tall, reach the crown of the head towards the ceiling. When you're ready, we're going to take that step back with our left foot. So left foot steps back as far as you would like it to. And left toes can be on the ground, or the entire left foot can be flat. The closer the heel is to the ground, the more of a stretch you'll feel through the back of the calf. So play with that. Soft bend through the right knee, the front knee. Option, reach the hands up towards the ceiling. Palms face each other, fingertips point up. Push the hips forward. The further the hips push forward, the more of a stretch you might feel through the front of the left hip. Feel a nice stretch through the back of the left calf, again with that heel either on the ground or reaching to the ground. Maybe you lift your nose slightly towards the ceiling as far as is comfortable for you, and you feel that stretch go through the front side of the abs as well. If your arms are feeling not great reaching up, always welcome to bring them to a prayer in front of the chest. Play around with the bend in your knee. Maybe you shift forward a little bit, changing that stretch through the left side of the leg. And when you're ready, step both feet together. Arms can come back down by your sides. Feet are about hip width apart, toes point forward. We're going to take it to our forward fold. Reach up down with your fingertips. Fold yourself in half. Fingers reach towards the toes. And we have our twist here. So the left hand is going to reach towards the outside of the right ankle. Maybe it's outside the right shin or the right knee, whatever's going to work for you. Just having that reach across is going to change the stretch quite a bit. Option for the right hand to raise to the ceiling. Open the chest and the nose towards the right. Embrace the twist through the core. Feel how it changes the stretch through the lower body. If the right arm up, is feeling a little abrasive here, you can rest the back of your hand on your low back. Breathe here. Try to keep that right shoulder open through the chest. If you'd like to take this option, maybe take a soft bend through the left knee and then extend it nice and straight, changing the stretch through the back of the left leg. And when you're ready, you can unwind, come back up through center, stand nice and tall. We're going to step our feet wide. Take your feet wider than your shoulders. You choose how wide that is. Toes stay pointing forward. And you're going to sink your hips back slightly as you sink the knees or bend the knees into a bit of a wide squat. Hands can rest on your thighs, or your hands can be in a prayer and trying to reach those elbows to push to meet the inner thighs, whatever's going to work for you. Drop your left shoulder towards the ground and lift your right shoulder towards the ceiling, opening your chest to the right, nose points right. Breathe here. Maybe you feel an opening and a stretch through the inner thighs. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you open through the chest, the front of the shoulders. Twist through the core. And when you're ready, you can come through center to a wide-legged forward fold. So keep your legs wide, reach your hands down towards the ground, let your head, your arms hang heavy. Breathe here. Relax the shoulder blades, let them pull apart to increase the stretch through the mid to upper back. Maybe you feel a stretch all through the outside of the legs, from outside the ankle up to the hip, with the feet wide. Now's your chance to add a soft bend and extend with the knees if you'd like. Soft bend and extend. Maybe you hold the knees slightly bent, maybe you keep them straight. Find what's going to work for you. right, and when you're ready, you can slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Come to your standing position. We are going to transition to our next flow now, which will be on the ground in tabletop position to start. I'm going to get a quick drink. Feel free to get a drink as we transition down to our hands and our knees. All right. From our hands and our knees, we start in tabletop. So that's hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. And just like a table, we want our back to be the top of the table, nice and flat, so that we could balance something on our back and it wouldn't flip on over. So maybe since it's summer, it could be a big bowl of ice cream or sorbet. So have that imaginary bowl of ice cream or sorbet whenever we need a flat back to keep your head in line with your spine. Take a nice big inhale. And then we are going to change that flat back. We are going to tuck our chins to our chest, push through the palms, and arch our spine to the sky, creating a nice big curve for cat. And then when you're ready and you need an inhale, you'll dip the belly low, roll the shoulders down and back, open the collarbone wide, point the nose forward. Flow through cat and cow at your own pace. Cat, spine up, chin tucked, and cow, belly low, wide collarbone. As we go through cat and cow, we're working on some spine mobility. We might also feel a nice stretch through the front of the core. You can add wiggles where wiggles feel good. So for me, what feels good is when I do cat, I like to shift my weight slightly forward and back. And when I do cow, I like to wiggle my hips side to side. That could be different for you. So you can kind of find what's going to feel good to you, what's going to feel restorative, what's going to help you loosen up, release any tension. And when you're ready, you can come on back to a flat back, flat, nice table. We're going to take some hip circles. So keep the bend in your right knee, and we're going to send our right knee on a mission. Right knee is going to point back behind us, then it's going to reach out to the sides, and then it's going to come right back underneath the hip. So it's drawing like a circular shape, right knee back, out, and then right back underneath the hip. So during this, you will have to balance on both hands and your left knee. Try to keep your back flat as you can here as we work through a little bit of hip mobility. Breathing through, making this movement as big or as small as feels restorative in your body. You have the option to make these choices. All right, go ahead and let that right knee stay underneath the hip so you're back in your tabletop position. I want you to keep your hips high as you walk your hands forward, and you can either come to your forearms or you can keep walking your arms forward and bring your chest, your forehead towards the ground, whatever's going to feel good to you. This is puppy stretch. So arms or forearms long on the ground, chest and forehead low, hips nice and high to get a nice stretch through the backs of the shoulders, through the back, through the spine. Maybe you feel a stretch through the backs of the arms as well with those fingertips forward. Let the shoulder blades separate. And when you're ready, you can walk those hands back underneath your shoulders, and we'll take it to a full down dog or pike position. So go ahead and curl your toes under and send your hips to the sky. So your hands and your toes, or the pads of your feet, are on the ground. To get a deeper stretch, you can push your heels towards the ground, or you can pull your chest towards your knees. The chest towards the knees is going to stretch through the spine. The heels towards the ground is going to stretch through the backs of the legs in this upside down V-shape pike position. Hold here for your stretch. If it feels good, you have the option to pedal out the legs. So you can push the right heel towards the ground as the left knee takes a slight bend. And then you can switch. Push the left heel towards the ground as the right knee takes a little bend. So just switching which leg the stretch is emphasized through. Always an option. You can take it, not take it, whatever you'd like. And when you're ready, you can drop your knees back to the ground and get into your tabletop position once again. So my hands are underneath my shoulders, my knees are underneath my hips, and we are going to thread the needle. So what that is right arm is going to reach out to a T outside the right shoulder. Right arm reaches right. And then you're going to reach it up to the ceiling as much as you can. Maybe you twist your chest to face right, nose to face right. And then when you're ready and you want to exhale, you will take your right hand and you're going to thread the needle. So the right arm is going to go in between the left arm and the left thigh. Reach the right arm as far as you can to the left, maybe bringing your right shoulder towards the ground, resting the back of your right arm on the ground. Palm can face up, fingertips reach to the left. Maybe your right ear comes towards the ground. To accomplish this, maybe the left arm bends so that you can get closer to the ground with the right shoulder. The hips can stay nice and high here. You get a nice twist through the spine. This one specifically stretches out the back of the right shoulder or between the shoulder blades really nicely. Breathe here. And when you're ready, you can slowly unwind, come back through center to your tabletop position. And we're going to take that flow from the top. We take it to cat-cow. So start in your tabletop position, head in line with your spine, and a nice big inhale. On your exhale, we take it to cat. Tuck your chin to your chest, push your spine to the sky, push through your palms. And when you need to inhale, take it to cow. Push your belly low, roll your shoulders down and back, open through your collarbone, point your nose forward. Going through these at your own pace with your breath. Inhaling when your belly is low, ready for air, and exhaling as you push the spine up and you crunch through the lungs a little bit. Again, adding movement if it feels good. Wiggling through your hips or shifting your weight, whatever's going to feel good to you, feel free to take those options. And when you're ready, come back to your neutral spine. We take our hip circles on the left side next. So the left knee, you're going to keep the bend in your left knee, but you're going to point that left knee back behind you and then point the left knee to the left and then drop the left knee right back underneath the left hip. Just getting some mobility, some circular movement there through the left hip socket. Trying to keep your back flat as you do so to keep that movement really isolated through the hip. Breathing as you go. And when you're ready, that left knee can pause underneath the left hip so you're back in your tabletop. And we'll take it to our puppy stretch. Walk your hands forward, but keep your hips high. Hands or forearms, arms can come down to the ground. Forehead and chest reach towards the ground as the tailbone reaches towards the ceiling. Feeling a nice stretch through the spine, separating between the shoulder blades. Maybe also feeling a nice stretch through the back of the upper arms. Breathe here. When you're ready, slowly walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, and we take it to our down dog pike position. Curl your toes under and send your hips to the ceiling. Arms and legs are relatively straight. Heels push towards the ground for a deeper stretch through the backs of the legs. Chest pulls towards the knees for a deeper stretch through the spine. Breathe here. Maybe you take the choice to pedal out your legs. Send your right heel towards the ground as left knee slightly bends. Switch. Left heel towards the ground as right knee slightly bends. Feeling the stretch change through the backs of the legs as it reaches from the back of the heel all the way up through the glute. And when you're ready, let those knees come gently back down to your tabletop position for thread the needle. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Once again, reach the left arm out to a T shape directly to the left of the left shoulder. Then open that arm up towards the ceiling. Maybe twist your chest to the left, point your nose left, and thread it. So left hand is going to come in between the right arm and thigh and reach down towards the ground. So left shoulder comes down, the outside of the left arm reaches down to the ground, left arm palm faces up, fingertips are reaching all the way to the right. Maybe your left ear comes towards the ground. You have a bend through your right arm to help you get lower through the left side of the body. Tailbone stays high. Feel a twist through the core, opening and stretching through the back of the left shoulder blade or in between the shoulder blades. Hold here. And when you're ready, you can unwind out of that. We're going to take it to our final deep stretch. I'm going to get another drink of water, and we will start on our backs for these final deep stretches. So make your way to your back. When you're on your back, I want you to start with your feet flat to the floor, knees pointed towards the ceiling, head can be rested. From here, you can take your hands and put them either out into a T shape or by your sides, just palms face down, pushing somewhere. Arms nice and long. It can be outside your hips, but if they might be in the way or too close to your hips for what we're going to do, you can lift them wherever feels good for your shoulders. And we're going to windshield wiper our legs. So keeping your feet connected to the ground, I want you to take your knees and let them just fall to the right. And then I want you to bring them back through center and let them fall to the left. And take this at your own pace within your own range of motion. So how far they fall to the sides is up to you. How fast you move is up to you. As the knees fall left, the outside edge of the left foot and the inside edge of the right foot meet the ground. And as they fall right, the outside of the right foot and the inside of the left foot meet the ground. So let the feet roll with you. Hip mobility, internal and external rotation. Also a massage through the glutes. taking this at your pace, letting it be what you need today. When you're ready, we will come back through center, feet flat, knees to the ceiling. And then I want you to hug your knees to your chest as we transition into happy baby. So for happy baby, the knees will come wide as you hug them to your chest. You have some options here. You can take your hands behind the thighs and hug the thighs in closer to you as the knees reach outside the rib cages or towards the shoulders. Second option, flex those feet. The bottoms of the feet reach towards the ceiling, keeping that bend in those knees. The knees still reach and drive towards the shoulders or the outside of the rib cage. Hands again can reach behind the thighs, or they can reach to the outsides or the insides of the feet and drive the knees in closer to the body or further outside the ribs. For this stretch, it's very intense through the inner thighs, through the hips. So feel free to take breaks if you need as we hold this. And feel free to play around too with either hugging the backs of the thighs in closer to you to get that stretch, or pulling the feet towards you to get those knees really driving outside the ribs. Find what's going to work for you. Maybe you add a back massage and you rock side to side or forward and back. All these options are here for you to take. When you're ready, you can go ahead and release your feet back flat to the floor. And we're going to take it to a little spine twist section. So go ahead and hug your right knee to your chest. It can come through center. And your left foot can either stay flat on the floor, which supports through the lower back, or the left leg can extend long and flat on the ground, which stretches through the front of the left hip. You choose. With the right knee to your chest, that's going to open the stretch starting through the back of the glute into the hamstring slightly. On your next exhale, I invite you to take that knee a little bit wider than the rib cage towards the right shoulder to open up through the inner thigh, outer hip. We're here for just a moment, and we'll take it to our twist. So the left hand is going to come to the outside of the right knee and gently guide the right knee up and over towards the left side of the body. So the right hip will peel off the ground. The left knee will reach left only as far as you want it to go. So that right knee does not have to touch the floor to the left side of you by any means, unless that feels good. Right arm can reach long to a T shape, nice and long, directly outside the right shoulder. Nose can point right. This is giving us a glute stretch, a spine twist, and a shoulder and chest opener. The closer your right knee comes towards your left shoulder, the more of a glute stretch it'll feel to kind of play around with where you're at, find what feels best. Breathing here. Coming back through center, hug both knees to your chest to reset. If it feels good to rock side to side here or forward and back, you may. And we're going to do it on the left side. So right foot can come flat to the floor, right knee is to the ceiling as you hug the left knee to your chest. Option to extend the right leg long on the ground to stretch through the front of the right hip slightly. Here for just a moment. And I invite you on your next exhale to draw the left knee outside the left rib cage slightly or towards the left shoulder, opening up through the inner thigh, outer hip. And let's take it to our twist. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Guide the left knee up and over to the right, letting that left hip peel off the ground if that feels good. Left arm reaches long outside the left shoulder. Nose points left. Glute stretch, spine twist, shoulder and chest opener. Taking nice deep breaths. And you can release, come back through center, hug both knees to your chest. From here, send both your legs to the ceiling. You can take the palms of your hands and push them down into the ground outside the hips. Roll your shoulders down towards the ground. And then flex your feet so your toes curl towards your shins, heels push towards the ceiling. Legs as straight as they can be. That being said, mine have a little bend in them, so if yours do too, totally fine. Try to elongate and extend the legs nice and straight. Push those heels towards the ceiling and draw the legs towards you while keeping them extended nice and long. Feel that stretch through the back of the legs. My legs are shaking a little bit here, so if that's you too, that's normal, that's fine. That's the muscles activating and releasing. When you're ready, slowly pull the knees into your chest and then set those feet flat to the floor. We are going to come up to a seated position next. So when you're ready, slowly roll up to seated. From your seated position, we will go into our standard forward fold, so legs can extend nice and long in front of you. Arms start by your sides. Inhale as you sweep your arms out to the sides and up over your head. And on your exhale, you'll hinge forward. Reach those fingertips towards your toes. Maybe your hands reach among the shins, the ankles. Maybe they do reach the toes. Wherever you're at, meet yourself there and embrace the stretch you're feeling through the entire backside of the body. Feel the stretch from the back of the heels all the way up through the glutes, and then the stretch from the tailbone all the way up through the crown of the head. To allow that stretch to creep up through the mid to upper back, really let your shoulder blades go down and back, separate from each other, and take nice deep breaths here. With every breath, or with every exhale, you want to get deeper into your stretch, and with every inhale, you try to maintain that stretch. And when you're ready, you can release that, and we can come into just whatever seated, comfortable position is nice for you. So I am going to come cross-legged, but you can keep your legs wherever they are. We're going to get back into a neck stretch. So reach your right arm down long by your side, and then pull your left ear towards your left shoulder. So you feel a nice stretch from under the right ear all the way down through and past the right hand. Keep that left shoulder relaxed and down to really embrace the stretch through the entire right side of the upper body. And switch. Left arm hangs nice and long outside the left, and right ear reaches towards right shoulder, keeping the right shoulder down and back, relaxed. And feeling a stretch through the left neck from underneath the left ear all the way down, past the left shoulder and through the left arm. And when you're ready, you can sit nice and tall. We'll come into our butterfly next. So take the bottoms of your feet and touch them together in front of you. That's going to mean your knees have to point relatively to the right and left rather than to the ceiling. And from here, we have a lot of options. So how far out your knees bend is going to dictate the stretch you feel, as well as how close your heels come towards your hips and how far you hinge forward at the waist. So find your perfect combination of those three things. You're feeling the stretch through the inner thighs. You're feeling an opening through the hips with those knees wider than the hips. And maybe you're feeling a stretch through the spine as you hinge forward, if you hinge forward. Breathing here. If it feels restorative and nice, you can rest your forearms on your inner thighs gently to encourage the hips and thighs to open slightly. Just being gentle and mindful with that if you do choose it. And when you're ready, go ahead and extend that right leg straight and long. The right leg can reach a little bit wider than the right hip. The bottom of the left foot is going to touch the inside of the right thigh for a half butterfly. Rest your right arm long down by your right shin. Raise your left hand out to the side and up over the head, reaching it up and over towards the right to feel a nice side body stretch through the entire left side, going down and through the hip. Relax the right shoulder down. Maybe you point your nose towards the left elbow, feeling the stretch again through the left side body. You're still maybe getting an opening through that left hip, left inner thigh, stretch through the back of the right leg. And then we rotate, take both hands towards the right toes, point your nose towards your right knee to change the stretch, focusing more on the back of the right leg here. And releasing that, we're going to switch sides. So left leg is going to go long, left foot is a little bit wider than the hip, and the bottom of the right foot is going to touch the inside of the left thigh. Let the left arm go long, maybe rest the outside of the hand on the left shin. Right arm reaches up and overhead to the left to create a long side body stretch through the entire right side. From right pinky all the way through the right side body, past the ribs to the hips. Maybe point your nose towards the right elbow. And when you're ready, you can rotate, come through center, reach both hands towards those left toes now. Point your nose towards your left knee and changing the stretch from a primarily side body stretch to the back of the left leg with a little bit of side body stretch on the side. When you're ready, you can roll on up out of that and we'll take it to a wide V stretch. So both legs now come wider than the hips. You choose how wide that is. Legs are relatively straight or as straight as you can get them. And then you're going to reach your hands, walk them forward into the empty space in front of you between the legs and feel the stretch through the spine. Relax the shoulders down and back as you reach energetically forward with the fingertips, stretching both the backs of the legs, the inner thighs, and opening through the hips. Slowly coming up and out of that, we are going to transition into child's pose or rest position, which involves us getting into our tabletop one last time. So hands will go underneath shoulders, knees will go underneath hips. Let the tops of your feet fall flat to the floor so the bottoms of your feet are facing the ceiling. Let your knees go wider than your hips here and draw your big toes together behind you to touch. Sink your tailbone back towards your heels as you walk your fingertips forward, bringing your chest and forehead towards the ground. Energetically reach back with the tailbone as you pull forward with the fingertips to feel a nice elongation through the spine. Relax the shoulder blades down and back to feel that stretch activate through the back of the shoulders. With the knees slightly wider than the hips, you're still opening through the hips, the inner thighs. Embrace the stretch and breathe here. If it feels good, you can walk your hands over towards the right slightly. Stack your left palm on top of the right. Feel a nice side body stretch through the left side. And you can walk your hands through center and then walk them to the left. Stack your right palm over the left, embracing the side body stretch through the right side here. And back through center. You have the option here to stay here in this rest position or to find your most comfortable position. So that could be seated, that could be lying on your front side, on your back side, whatever is going to feel most restorative to you. So find that position that you'd like to finish in, and we're just going to take a couple deep breaths. Focus on breathing at your pace, taking it nice and slow, whatever slow is for you. With every exhale, you let thoughts float away, tensions release, and weight lift off of you. Deep breaths as we go through our final minute. Finding your most relaxed state. Letting go of anything that doesn't serve you positively. Big inhales through the nose and exhales through the mouth. Wherever you're at, slowly make your transition back into your space. Gentle movement here. Take one final breath for yourself. And that is going to close us out here today. I will stop our recording.